had a friend start hating you for factors outside of your control? Have you ever pet sit a kitty cat? See, back in childhood, there was a nice Catholic family that lived down the street who had kids both my and my sister's age. So we were friends with them, and occasionally when they went on vacation, they'd pay my sister to go down and cat sit for them. She'd done this several times with no error, but on one occasion she had her friend over, and her friend was one of those kids that is rich and does not know what consequences are, aka the most dangerous kind of child. So they head down to the house to do all the cat sitting stuff, you know, feeding the kitty, petting the kitty, removing feces from the feces container, normal stuff. But her friend, ever the little demon on her shoulder, decides that it could be interesting to, you know, peek around the house a little bit. So they take themselves upstairs. There's only 2 bedrooms, and they start poking around this religious couple's room. And you know how it is with religious couples. You never want to look in their closet, you never want to look in their nightstand, you never want to look under their bed. And those are all the places they peeked around, and they found what you'd think they'd find. I won't go into much detail, but one of the things they found was, say, a jug of goo. They took that jug of goo, and they went to the kids' bedroom, they had bunk beds, and just spread it everywhere, into their comforter, their sheets, their carpet, everywhere. And then they left. Can you imagine coming home to that? Just all the goo, not knowing what it is. The toys are spread out. And probably after like 2 to 3 hours of the worst conversation you can ever have with your children, they of course call our parents and explain the situation. And of course my parents, after grounding my sister, tell me that what happened is that my sister and her friend found olive oil downstairs and decided to spread that across their bed sheets. So I think to myself, man, what an awful prank. But just a prank. It's olive oil on your bed sheets. It can be washed out. But man, I wish she didn't do that. It was not 5 or 6 years later until I learned what had actually happened, because my sister just kept it a secret. Let me tell you, my friend, who I rode the bus with every day, who I used to talk to every day, who was a close friend of mine, would not talk to me. We had 3 years left of middle school. That boy hated my guts. It's almost like he took what happened and just associated it with specifically me. Nothing but pain in his eyes, and I never understood why he was so mad about olive oil. Surprisingly, after that, they had me do the cat sitting. And if I was just a little bit more of an awful person, I could have removed their trust in people forever.